Ohio State had their spring game this past Saturday in the shoe. Julian Sayin, Lincoln Kienholz, pretty much a two-horse race. Not to knock Tavien St. Clair and what he's going to be in the future, but that's probably the two quarterbacks you're looking at most closely to start next year for Ohio State. Julian Sayin looked like the guy. Lincoln Kienholz had a good day, but you watch Julian Sayin run the Buckeye offense in the shoe on that Saturday on Big Ten Network, and you just say, man, that's how the Ohio State offense is supposed to look. He was poised. He was in command. He was making throws downfield. That's what Ohio State, I think, has to be to go back-to-back as national champs. Like, it's funny to say this, but this is my comp and what I thought about putting the segment together. Like, when Drake is doing his music, it's like that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to sound. That's what he does best. That's who he is. When Julian Sayin throwing downfield to Mylan Graham and Carnell Tate, I'm imagining in the fall Jeremiah Smith gets more involved. That feels like a pretty not risky statement to say. That's how it's supposed to look. That's how it's supposed to be. But when Drake puts out Honestly Nevermind, the album that was like dancehall music or house music, I'm sure it was fine in that sphere of things and that genre of music, but it's like, it's not really what we have come to expect from you. Not really where you're at your best. For Ohio State, Lincoln Kienholz could be awesome. But if you're not playing your best passer on your roster, it's not going to look how it's supposed to look. If I don't have Carnell Tate getting 3 or 4 catches, Jeremiah Smith getting 10 catches, I got our tight end game involved with Max Clair. Like I need everybody involved to the degree I need them involved to down the field for Ohio State to look how they're supposed to look, to win how they're supposed to win. Now, the ultimate question around Julian Sayin is consistency, right? Because, the light bulb for him was very clearly on in the shoe on Saturday. Does it stay on? Does light bulb flashing on and off doesn't really help us here. It can't be on against Texas and then off against Michigan and then it's on one week, off the next week. That can't be the way we live. Like if Burlington Coat Factory's neon sign has got the OGO out on any given Saturday night, hey, we're the Burlington Cat Factory. It doesn't work. Okay, it's not going to be something we can shake on and move forward with. So my opinion is, as we move forward now, Ohio State, per Ryan Day and per the way this battle is shaking out, I don't think they will decide on a starter until mid-August. I say per Ryan Day because that's kind of the way he's approached things, even when it's a no-brainer who their starting quarterback is going to be. But I do think now, if you're going to tell me it goes into mid-August, the better, more talented quarterback from a skill set perspective, if this is where he's at leaving spring and he's not going to decline, I think it's a matter of time before he wins the job. So urgency in the spring with these two guys going back and forth is awesome. I think it's exactly what you need for those 15 practices. But during the fall, I want to see Julian Sayin start to separate a little bit here. Because in the fall camp is where you, I think, as a football team, start to form your identity. You only form your identity as a football team if you've got the right leaders in place. And to know who your leader is at quarterback, I think would go a long way with Ohio State having a more solidified identity when it comes to week 1 and Texas rolls into the shoe. So Julian Sayin, great spring game. Keep the lights on. Ohio State offense looking how it's supposed to look. Vibes will once again be immaculate in Columbus with him behind center. I think he wins the job. No surprise there when it comes to our prediction.